Boyd and Gunnar in the house, back with another bang on video where, ladies and gentlemen, Unai Emery's interview has come out and unbelievable. He says, the first year was magnificent. I gave opportunities to young players. Bukayo played 8 minutes and never touched the ball, but that was the first step for the 17-year-old who's going to be great. Bert Leno has grown. Joe Willock, Reece Nelson, Nketiah, Martinelli, Matteo Guendouzi did very well. Lucas Herrera, it's rewarding seeing them grow. A coach has to have the strength to take responsibility, to be in the firing line. I protect the players, and the club protects the manager. I'm a club man. That's why they signed. With Arsene Wenger, it was different. He did everything. Now there's Raul and Edu, and I have to trust them to do their job. My job's the football. The club have people who handle other stuff. Although that impacts on the pitch, some of that hurts. He says all that was missing was Aubameyang scoring that penalty against Tottenham, 2 extra points for UCL qualification or beating Brighton or Palace. We couldn't finish the job, and then there were mistakes. I'm self-critical at certain moments. I couldn't get results. When results are bad, it's not the same. You lack the linguistic depth to explain and take good evening. I'm really shocked when he mentioned actually about good evening. He said, "Okay, it's good evening, but when I said good evening and when it was fun, when we were losing, it was a disgrace." And he said, I enjoyed the Emirates. I still follow Arsenal. They're making changes. Arteta was the right choice. I spoke to him around Christmas. I want the best for him and for Arsenal. About Ramsey, he said, initially, he wanted to say he needed to negotiate a new contract and they didn't reach an agreement. The club had doubts about renewing for a certain sum. Ramsey wanted to feel valued. It was a financial matter. I can't get involved. And he says, I still don't know him well. When I arrived, he's important, but I can't say what they should pay him. And he says about Nicola Pepe and Wilfred Zaha. He says we signed Nicola Pepe. He's a good player, but we didn't know his character, and he needs time, patience. I favored someone who knew the league and wouldn't need to adapt. Wilfred Zaha won games on his own. It's also true he was expensive, and Palace didn't want to sell. There were a series of decisions that had repercussions. Tottenham, Manchester City, and us. Incredible performances. I told them this is the player I know and want. I met Zaha and he wanted to come. The club decided Pepe was one for the future. I said, yes, but we need to win now. And this lad wins games. He beats us on his own. And that's huge, isn't it? Well, about he was asked if he felt protected by Arsenal's hierarchy. He said they weren't able to, maybe because they came from Wenger, who did everything. They'd say we're with you, but in front of the fans and the dressing room, they couldn't protect me. Truth is, I felt alone. And about Ozil, why was Ozil not made the captain? The truth has been revealed, ladies and gentlemen. Emery said he could have been a captain, but the dressing room didn't want him to be. That's not what I decided. That's what the players decided. Captains are ones who have to keep defending the club, the coach, the teammates. About Ozil, he says he has to be self-critical too and analyze his attitude and commitment. I tried with all my might to help Ozil. Throughout my career, talented players have reached their best level with me. I was always positive, wanting him to play, involved. Unai Emery speaking to Guardian about Aaron Ramsey losing. I mean, we all know what happened. And Nicola Pepe this season, ladies and gentlemen, 4 goals and 6 assists. I wouldn't say he's a failure. I would never say because I know what potential he has. But about Unai Emery creating an impact, that happens to a player who's already adapted to the league. And Nicola Pepe is definitely one for the future. So it's all about, even for all the Arsenal fans who are self-critical too much about Nicola Pepe, they need to take a breather. We'll move it on. Scotland Mustafi opens about Mikel Arteta. He says, since Mikel has come in, he has 25 players on board, and that is not easy to achieve. Everyone understands and everything he says makes sense. There is nothing we can complain about. Everyone has benefited, even Mesut. He says, when you are 28 and you play in different countries with other coaches, you think you know everything, but then he came in, and there are things I've never known before. And that is the impact of Mikel Arteta. Well, former England and Arsenal defender Kenny Sansom is ill in hospital. Hope he gets well soon. And make sure you guys pray for him as well because we need this Ghana. He needs to make it. He needs to make it, ladies and gentlemen. And moving on, Arsenal put off by 30 million euros being demanded by Atletico Madrid for Atletico Bilbao for centre back Unai Nunez and are leaning towards Axel Disasi, who's available for 15 million euros. Well, Emery went on saying the comparison between Arsenal hierarchy and Paris Saint-Germain's hierarchy. He says, at every club, I've been protected. At Sevilla, I had Monkey. At Paris, I had Nasser Al-Khelaifi protected me in the dressing room and publicly. At Arsenal, they weren't able to, maybe because they came from Wenger, who did everything. The club left me alone, and there was no solution. And about the Europa League final loss, he says Chelsea were better. I accept that. Hazard makes the difference. Preparations were good and everyone was committed, but some players had a mentality that says one day yes, one day no. But in football, it has to be yes, yes, yes every single day. And he went on saying, we lack that extra little to get through a lot of games. In those final weeks, if your application and commitment falls down below 100%, you can lose, and that's what happened. And that's huge. That's really, really huge. Well, moving on. Arsenal right back Jordan Osei-Tutu is on loan at VfL Bochum. Is actually named in Bochum starting 11. And my goodness, 34th minute he actually finds the back of the net. Get well soon, and make sure you actually rake in a lot of goals, Jordan. And I hope to see you playing for Arsenal one day. Well, moving on. Well, Arsenal are remaining calm about the situation of Bukayo Saka, ladies and gentlemen. They believe Saka will soon put pen to paper, and that would be huge for Arsenal. Well, Arsenal are finding an option for Edwin Rabiot because Arteta appreciates the profile of the player. Everton are the keenest to sign him as well, and the player wants to work with Ancelotti. But Juventus are asking 35 million euros as the valuation for the player, and his high wages could prove to be a stumbling block, particularly for Arsenal. And that is going to be a very huge, huge stumbling block in making sure Arsenal is not definitely going to sign him back. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal coming on this platform every single day, twice. So what are you going to do? Nothing. You just have to subscribe to that bell icon. We're just 10 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers. If you guys can help me out, I can definitely reach that as soon as possible. Well, thank you so much for whatever you've done, you guys. I mean, I'm not reached here just because I just wanted to. It just happens to be your support, and thank you so much for that. I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers.